but not do it at 100.
I'm gonna tell you what, I have to agree with Wilbon said on that one. Just put the octagon right there on Pit Road.
Tony Kornheiser.
No, Wilbon said it first.
Tony Kornheiser.
I want to give a thumbs down to the 3 A&M Commerce football players who stole every issue of their East Texan, their local newspaper, and put bias on the paper and stole them and just hanged on to them.
Yeah, I'm gonna give a thumbs down to ESPN. Pretty much, I don't do this ever, but ESPN they have the tendency to announce the players' struggles and whatnot, but they also want to put their personal business in the streets. We don't need to know if Allen Iverson has gambling or alcohol problems. That's something that he needs to keep within himself, and the world does not need to know about that.
Correction. Allen Iverson does not have alcoholic or gambling problems. Stephen A. Smith says he thinks Iverson will have them in later time if he doesn't change his act.
Or if his wife filed for divorce.
Thumbs down to this week in general, being the week before spring break. All these teachers trying to cram everything in last minute. Not alright. Not okay with it. Running around like a fool all week long.
I want to give a shout out to me and my road dogs for getting ready for this spring break trip, and to my dad, because I talked to my dad, and I will be able to see my dad and my brother, who I haven't seen since high school, and my brother since 9th grade.
I'd like to give a shout out to my dad for meeting me in Lufkin today, treating me to some great Golden Corral food. I was very happy about that, and he actually stayed to look at me coach some of my runners today. Very happy.
I want to give a shout out to my dad as well. He has been battling illness for the past few days, and he is actually, I called him today, checked on him. He's actually feeling a lot better, and I'm glad he's gotten past that illness. So, love you, Dad.
All right, he's texting. I guess he's looking for another shout out, and she still has nothing. I want to give a shout out to St. Louis for tuning in yesterday to watch us, and I hope they tuned in again today to watch us. We didn't cuss as much this time, and I hope you're proud of us for that. We really did.
I'd like to give a thumbs down to Mr. West over here, because at the start of the show he said the Dallas Mavericks were going for win number 13 in a row. Now, whoa. Now, lucky win number 13 is only against the New Jersey Nets. So we might as well go ahead and say going for win number 14. Okay? Because that's a beatdown in the making.
I want to give a shout out to Roxy Reynolds once again, because you are my favorite adult star.
Going off of what Cleveland said, I want to give a shout out to the Mavericks because it will be 15 games in a row because they will next be playing the Chicago Bulls. And that will be just as much a beatdown as the Nets.
I'm going to give a thumbs down to West just even saying that. How dare you? On St. Patrick's Day, man, it's going to be an unlucky day for you.
I'd like to give a thumbs down to the SFA women's basketball team. You are a number 2 seed, losing 96-82 to Northwestern State.
Our rivals.
All very rivals, yes. That's very pathetic. You actually had a shot at the NCAA tournament, and you screwed it up.
I want to give a shout out to Mother Nature today, because yesterday it rained like crazy, but today it was nice and sunny and warm.
I'd like to give a shout out to Lufkin Junior High for running the fastest track meet I have ever been to in my life. Started at 2:45, ended at 7 o'clock.
I want to give a shout out to Delco Tools, and as well as Lowe's today. I went there and bought at least a full wrench set for only $100 bucks. And I know I said that wrong, and it's okay. Hey, I'm building, all right, so don't worry about it.
I'd like to give a shout out to Mom and Pops for supplying me with $400 extra for this weekend, or for the spring break trip.
Dang. I want to give a shout out to the men's basketball team because they play tomorrow.
Hope they can win.
I'll give a shout out to the Lady J basketball team on a pretty good season. Didn't finish where you wanted to, but there's always next year.
I want to give a shout out to my Orlando Magic for knocking off. Who else?
I'd like to give a shout out to the Liberty Snow Cone stand. for opening up for the first time today.
I want to give a thumbs down to the Nacogdoches Snow Cone Stand for not opening up right now, and they probably will not open up the rest of the semester.
Until Memorial Day.
They better. They better.
Vice.
I'd like to give a shout out to me making alternate plans in case SFA does make the conference tournament finals. Because I don't care what Brandon or JB or Chris says. If they make the tournament finals, we are going.
First off, I said I didn't care.
Right,
And
I
second
didn't
of all, if we do go to the conference finals and then we do stop in Liberty, I just want you to know, I'm saying this on camera, that I will fall asleep once I get in the house and sit on my very spot on the couch. So just a forewarning. Just letting you know. And I will be stopping by Aunt's house to get a little bit of the Crown and Coke.
Okay. Right before we take off.
We will be hungry.
I want to give a shout out to the guys that I'll be working with at the sports camp I'll be doing in Harlingen over spring break. I can't wait to get down there and teach y'all some basketball and other sports as well. Looking forward to it.
I want to give a shout out to Lenny Williams. I don't know if he has or not, but he's supposed to be coming to Nacogdoches at Harlan's. If a lot of people don't know Lenny Williams, he is famous for singing "Because I Love You." And I'm not going to sing that song because I'm not going to butcher it, and nobody else sing it like him. And if you don't know what that song is, just watch The Kings Are Coming.
Mm-hmm.
Final shout outs. I want to give a shout out to Scott Fujita and Keith Bullock. Scott Fujita, he's signed on as a Cleveland Brown, but he gave half of his Super Bowl check to relief in Haiti. And Keith Bullock surprised 9 students in the Middle Tennessee area, 9 being the same number, as Steve McNair's jersey, with $1,000 scholarships. And
I'd like to give a shout out, since we're talking about Haiti relief here, to Pierre Garçon of the Colts, donating his Super Bowl earning, his Super Bowl bonus that they get, to Haiti earthquake relief. So technically, the earthquake relief, that's what I meant to say. So he gave Haiti about $900,000.
Pretty good.
Well, with all this, there's really no reason to end this segment off with a funny joke. So I'm going to just go ahead and send it to Brandon.
This has been The Range. And here for your panel, Wes Henderson, the Honorable Chris Gallen, J.B. Brown, Cleveland Spears, and Rachel Lindley. See you next time.